Yes, I should be fixing my hair. That's what I should be doing. Is I should be fixing my hair while I'm, um, you know,
Going live.
instead of doing it before everybody comes on. I should just do it.
Right.
I should obviously do it while everybody's fixing my hair. So, uh, hey, kids. It's Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger. Does this look better buttoned up, or should I open it up? I see.
How do you usually wear it?
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's good.
This is the way I always wear, stuff.
There
So,
you go.
okay, hey, if there are people on here, please say hello so that we know that we're not alone. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger, and we all know, like I said, through massive amounts of people reaching out and saying, "Holy cow, we love that Gen Zer and Boomer conversation stuff," because we love when the Gen Zer shows up the Boomer, and and the Gen Zer is so smart and she is so beautiful, and she's the complete package. So this is the classic example of Beauty and the Beast, and so here we are. I'm here with Gunslinger and Killer Gen Z. There we go. Kindsey Haynes, who is Chief Marketing Officer for IronTech Security. Hi, Kindsey. Hey, this is we've been doing this now a few times.
Yeah, we have.
This is great. We'd like to and thank you for willing to come back again with me.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you didn't think like, oh man,
not again.
He keeps talking about things like the Beatles, Elvis Presley. By the way, we saw the movie Elvis.
I want to check it out.
And I am going to tell you, it was, and Kay's on, so I know that she'll make a comment about that. It was fantastic. It was such a good movie. And Tom Hanks, who plays Colonel Tom Parker, I think that was his name, Tom Parker. I'll tell you, that was, he was the bad guy. So go see that. So Kindsey Haynes, I know that you've been on before, and look, we got a lot. Look at the people who are on here. Oh my gosh. Art, Matt, Chris, Ron, Kim, Jeffrey, Connie. This is your fan club is here. So first of all, for those people who don't know you, you are Chief Marketing Officer for IronTech Security. Let's say, tell us a little bit about IronTech Security, because I like to say that they're actually our sponsor, because Tom, reluctantly allows you to come on here with me during work hours.
He does.
So tell us about IronTech Security. Tell us about Kindsey a little bit, and then we'll get into the topic.
Yeah, so I'm Kindsey Haynes, our Chief Marketing Officer. We've got two divisions. So we have IronTech Security, and then we have also got Kirkham IT. IronTech Security is cybersecurity. So we handle all of your cybersecurity needs. Antivirus just isn't cutting it these days. If you're relying on that, it's just a matter of time before you're hit with a cyber attack. And then our Kirkham IT side of things, that's outsourced IT. So say you can't afford to have your own little in-house IT guy, just hit us up and we can take care of your IT services for you.
That's right. You can. And you guys are kicking it. That's why we're going to be talking about, website and generating leads and things like that, to SEO and stuff like that. SEO, I think that was a band that I used to follow back in when I was your age. That was REO. Anyway, it was pretty close. And what exactly? Now you have been with IronTech in Kirkham for a year now.
2.5 years.
Oh, yeah, I was way off.
I started with him in January of 2020.
Yeah, so I do remember that. That was a good time to start.
Yeah, yeah. It was my last semester of college, and I interned for them. And yeah, it's been nothing but amazing. So
Yeah, I know. So where did you live when you first started with them?
Arkansas, born and raised.
Where in Arkansas?
Van Buren is where I lived, and then I went to college, and our company's based out of Fort Smith, so just right there on the border of Oklahoma. Not technically Northwest Arkansas, but right below it.
So it's pretty clse to Bentonville.
Oh yeah,
How the
about an
heck do
hour.
I even know that?
Yeah, Walmart.
I used to sell to Walmart, and back in those days, I have no idea what it's like right now, but back in those days, we would in order to get there, we had to fly into, I think, Tulsa,
Yeah.
and then we would drive over there, and the only hotel in town was the Holiday Inn. And we would call on Walmart, and they would and their sales off or their buying offices were old like mobile trailers,
Mm.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's
with
changed a lot.
cement floors,
Mhm.
folding chairs and stuff. And yeah, those were the good old days. So so okay, so you grew up in Western Arkansas.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh-huh. And where do you live now?
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Honolulu, Hawaii, and you are working from there full time.
I
That's
am.
that. So you get up early.
Yeah, I wake up about 3:15, and I start my day at 4, and
Okay.
I do 10-hour days, so I'm off at 2. And yeah, I've been out here for a year and a
Yeah.
month.
Wow. Yeah. You are a beach girl.
I
So
am.
I know you love the beach. You're having such a good time out there. So all right. So let's talk about the topic today, which is website lead generation, lead magnets, SEO, all a lot of good stuff there. Now, when you and I were talking about the types of questions that I might be asking to talk about, your very first question to me struck me as being, why would we even ask this question? The very first question was, why is your website so critical to the life of your business? But then the more I started thinking about it, I thought, you know what? I think an awful lot of companies kind of have the wrong perspective. And let's just see what you have to say and see if I agree with you. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me about that. Tell me why is it so important?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the first things people are going to look at, when they're, say, Googling a cybersecurity company in, Fort Smith, Arkansas. That's going to be their first impression of you and your brand. And it needs to be a good one. And at that point, that's your opportunity to. So, like, say they find you on Google and they go and click your website, that's your opportunity to grab their phone number and their email so you can reach out and call them. So how do you do that? What's the process behind it? A lot of our clients, we always look at their websites when we bring them on, and a lot of websites, I can just tell that a lot of people don't take it as serious as they should. They're outdated. I was looking at one the other day, and it, had posts and text on there that still said 2020. So it's not been updated since 2020. And I look at a website like that and I see that it hasn't been touched. I kind of just don't even take it as serious at that point, because I'm just like, okay, do they have their crap together? And yeah, it's very important. Many aspects, not just the lead gen, but yeah, your brand recognition as well.
Yeah, and I think everybody would agree with all of that stuff. But you make a really really important point that a lot of companies kind of build a website and then just forget about it,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it just stays kind of it's a what we would call a static website. Now, from the first thing that I would always say to people about their websites is, and we will get into this more, is that when you are reaching out and you're trying to do some lead gen, and you give them a link somewhere,
Hmm.
somewhere in some, you say, hey, for information or to get this free gift or something like that, go to this link. And too many companies in their emails and in their advertising, too many of them put their homepage in.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a huge mistake. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Why do you agree with me? Why are we saying that it's a mistake to put your homepage in?
Yeah, well, it's not taking them anywhere specific. Also, kind of depends too, like what you're trying to say before that. Like, say you're sending out an email and you're taking them to your ebook page to get an ebook or something, but you send them straight to your homepage instead of the ebook, and they have to dig for the ebook. It's just unless you have a lead magnet to where it pops up the second they visit your website. I mean, it's just there's nowhere for them to go. You want to always lead them somewhere to where they're going to contact you or fill out a form. Like that's the goal at the end of the day. And that should be for every page of your website. I mean, say you don't have a whole bunch of call to actions on that page itself, but then at least the footer of the website, you need to have a contact us box right there ready to go.
Right. Yeah. And I tell people that your website is somewhere, that URL, your homepage URL, it's, maybe when somebody is searching, they go on Google and they're searching for something that might take them to your homepage. Or if somebody just wants to go, if they just want to go to your website and see and find some information, then they go to your website. Okay. But when we are trying to do lead generation, where we're trying to get people to take action, raise their hand, got to put my hand over here, raise their hand and say, yeah, I want to have a conversation. I would like to get something from you, or I would like to have a conversation with you or something like that. We should be sending them to a landing page that is somewhere, I don't, whether it's inside your website or you have it, somewhere else. So that's one of the main things to me is that yeah, you have a website and it tells people about you, tells them what you do and all that sort of stuff. And they can use that for information gathering, while they're doing it. And I should also point out to everybody, besides they're throwing in quotes from Elvis Presley songs, and Art Turok is the one who started that whole thing. Thank you, Art. And don't encourage them, Kay Miller. But when we really want to start to get people to reach out to us, we want them to take action as quickly as possible. So, like for example, I'm gonna show them your homepage. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta sneak over to this button here, and it takes a second for this to happen. But here we go. All right. So this is not your homepage. I'm going to let's see. I want to. I'm going to stop sharing it and come back. Boom! Wow, what the heck was that? This StreamYard is it's pretty good most of the time. Some of the time it kind of lags a little bit here. So I'm trying to get this the screen share up to go right to. All right, come on. All right, share. Oh, I see. This is operator error. Sorry, folks. All right, so I want to go to that one. All right, now, like you said, now this is the homepage. But as you said, if somebody does go to the homepage, that and you can see this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, and so like literally just a couple of seconds after somebody goes to the IronTech website, this pops up. All right, and it's offering something. What is it that they would get with this?
They're signing up for our cybersecurity threat warnings and advisories. So, like for example, like we've been on this meeting, but I'm probably going to send something out regarding a Gmail attack that bypasses passwords and 2FA to read all emails. So like that's something that, I'm going to send a threat warning or advisory out about so everyone can know, like, hey, this is an issue. You need to keep your eye out for it. Let us know if you need help or have any questions.
Yeah, so it's so that's a pretty valuable piece of information to
Yeah.
get. That
Yeah.
if there's some cyber threats out there, they want to know about that, right? So okay, so we close that, and now we're into the regular, this is the website. So if somebody does come here, it helps them, get that get the information about IronTech. Now, now if now, I also know that as people get signed up onto your list, all right, they're going to get emails from you pretty regularly, right?
Yeah, I send out an email once a week.
Once a week? Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
more than. Oh, okay.
Well, it's once a week unless we have like a webinar or something. If we have a webinar that week, there'll be like 3 that go out.
Okay.
But most of the time, like, we just do one educational email a week.
Yeah. So and so like I'm going to share what one of your emails would look like here. So I'm going to switch to that page. Let's see. I don't want to. Come here. Be good. Share screen. Share Chrome tab. Here. Okay. So now this is, this would be a common type of email that you would send out to people, where you say, check out these must-see cybersecurity webinars, because you guys you've put on quite a few webinars.
Yeah.
Not always the same one, multiple topics, and here we've got one that's you got 5 things you must do to protect your business, why antivirus isn't enough. Probably need to get Uncle Virus to go along with antivirus. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're now seeing why people would rather watch you. How to recognize, avoid phishing scams. 5 things you should know about password manager. So those are all different ones, and by giving them I like this. I like the idea of sharing several different possibilities, options for them to pick. Got any comment about that one?
Yeah. So with the YouTube videos, one thing that we recently just started doing was transcribing each webinar recording. So that means, like, we go through and we type out each word that was said in the webinar so you can read it instead of having to watch it. And we're throwing that onto our website. We have a page just full of the YouTube videos, and there's like a little drop down where it says read here, and you could actually just read the webinar, and that's helping with our SEO. It's going to bring more traffic to our website because the more content that you have on your website, the better. It's all going to help the SEO. So that's one thing that we recently started doing with our website and YouTube.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that your siren? Are you going?
Yeah, there's lots of sirens always.
Yeah, I'm in just, if you see me looking like this, I'm looking to see if there are any questions from people. So okay, so let's let me come back to that SEO thing with the transcriptions. I think that's really important to share that information, that transcriptions are really good idea to have. And let's see, we'll see. But let's see if this works. Yay, it did. Okay. So now here's another email, that you sent out. 9 cybersecurity tips every business should follow. And in this one, is this a webinar? It says view now.
No, it is an ebook, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So if you click that, you can, if you click the button below, you can check out the 9 tips. So it should take you straight to a landing page. And the landing page is going to be outside of it's not our website. It's on Kajabi. So like I use a separate thing to make.
Okay, so it's a Kajabi landing page. That's what Kay and I use. Yeah.
Right. And so I have the form and everything inside the landing page. And I don't know if you've pulled up the landing page or not. We can't see it on our end. Um, but if you go to the landing page, it'll ask for your full name, your email, and your phone number. And what happens is once their information is submitted, it's added to my CRM, which I use Active Campaign. So that's where we keep up with all of our prospects. And it sets a task for Davin, my sales executive, to go and reach out to whomever downloaded the tips to see if they had any questions. And so it's a reason to reach out. It's not a cold call. You're calling a warm lead and pretty much just asking if you can be of any benefit. The fact that they download the form shows that they have some interest, whether it be in cybersecurity or our company.
Mm-hmm. So this is I'm sorry. Yeah, this is going to pop up now.
Okay, perfect.
So this is the landing page that you're talking about. So and it's very simple.
Yeah.
Nothing more than this is the full page, the full landing page. So it's saying nine tips for every business should follow. You are asking for name, email, and phone. Is the phone required?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are requiring the phone. All right. So so it's pretty. It's pretty simple to put together. Like yesterday, I remember I was getting ready to, or a couple days ago, I was getting ready to get on to a program, and I thought about 10 minutes before, gee, I should have a landing page set up for this, right? And boy, I went right into Kajabi, and I had a landing page done in 2 or 3 minutes, and like this. So it worked out great. Let me go back to
something else with this landing page is, so like not only did I make a whole email campaign about it, it's also something I was able to go and post on our social media. And so that was posted on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook. And so contacts, they'll see in the caption, oh, download these 9 tips every business should follow, to secure your business from cyber attacks. They go and download it, and then that's another new lead from a different source.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now I'm going to switch back to your home page, and because I want to go see where you're putting these. If you could show us, let's see. Hello. Here we go. Okay, so this is taking us back to your home page, and do you have a blog?
Yeah, so you see the news tab. There's a little drop down, and
the news. Yeah, the news tab.
Yeah,
okay.
And latest
news. All right. Do you
find
using the word news is better than say blog?
It's just kind of what we've always done. I've never tried blogs, so I don't know, if it would change anything. And then one thing I want to mention with the blog posts, I send out a monthly digest, which I think you had pulled up on your emails, Steve. And I throw every blog post that we create, we do one a month. We throw that also onto our digest. So the digest is full of articles, one by us. The rest are articles from other cybersecurity experts. And so say they go in, we send out the digest to our whole list. Say they go in and, they're reading our blog post. There's going to be that lead magnet at the bottom of the post. So you can click on like maybe the importance of data backup or just really any of them and see, oh, wait, that's going to be a YouTube video. So yeah, it's pulling the YouTube video.
This is, for some reason, it's slow. It's really slow in loading.
Yeah.
This. I'm not sure because it's through StreamYard. There we go. So the defense.
So it's pulling our YouTube videos that we've recently added to be posted on the videos part of the website. So you'll have to scroll down just a little bit to find an actual blog post. But
That was a very good idea to make that face fuzzy, blurry. That's a very
Yeah.
good idea right there. You make
Yeah.
that
I
blurry.
mean,
Yeah.
it looked fine
Yeah.
clear, but it just kind of I wanted more emphasis on the title, not the picture itself.
Yeah.
A lot
Not
of these
on somebody.
these yeah, these are older graphics too. I mean, these webinars are from probably about a year ago, but we're just now getting them posted on the website. It's been an ongoing
Oh,
project
okay.
I've been working on. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, but the blogs
So now,
they're
okay.
gonna
So
be
if I go to one of these, is the transcript going to be in there?
Yeah.
Let's try this. Fishing, don't get hooked. See how long this takes to load. You know, of course, Mr.
Yeah.
Kirkham is making jokes in here. You know,
Yeah, so it says
yeah, I have a
preferred.
comment for you, Mr. Kirkham. what what is the name of your podcast, sir? Go ahead and post it and see what kind of a response you get from Kay.
Oh, no, we're calling it hacking business. Hacking business.
Okay, so it says you prefer to read transcription. So is the transcription, is it down there, or do I have to, is that a link?
Click the little plus sign on the right side of
Oh, the plus
these.
sign. That's a good
Yeah, it should be
idea.
like
There
a
we
drop
go.
down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's old. This one we still had Brad working with us. But yeah, so this is just something on here where they can just go through and read it word for word and not have to watch the video itself if they don't want to.
Yeah. So, and that's an important point, because number one, there are a lot of people who would prefer to read than to watch a video. As
Yes.
powerful as videos are, there's no question that I mean, even Kay told me that she really likes to see transcripts, and
Yeah.
there are also people who like to read along while they're hearing the audio from the video. And if there's anything in there that if there's anything in there that does have a visual or something like that, you can always then look up at it. But as you said earlier, this helps with SEO. Why does it do that?
Because it's bringing in content to your website, like with the keywords. So like right here, this whole webinar was about phishing. I think it was like phishing, don't get hooked. So it's all about like protecting yourself from phishing attacks, how to prevent like being scammed. And I can't remember what else we talked about in this one. It's been a while since I've looked at it, but it pretty much like this is almost equivalent to a blog post on phishing. Kind of think about it like that. And that's another cool thing about getting transcriptions. All that content, I can take it and I can turn it into a blog post if I'd like. I can clean it up. I can get rid of the names, get rid of, whatever I need to, and make a blog post out of it. But it is equivalent to a blog post on your website, SEO wise. When it comes to SEO, headings and stuff like that are really important. This doesn't have all that, but it still has the beef of the content, which should help you rank higher in SEO.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you get your transcripts done? We use rev.com.
Oh, I've not heard of that. I use Fiverr. I have a lady that she does a few every week for me, that because we've got so many, so she's catching up. And so yeah, we just use Fiverr, and we have like a subscription, so it's however much every week, and she does a great job.
That's great. Well, there's nothing wrong with, if you've got something you're happy with, but a lot of times people will say, geez, where do we get something transcribed? I say, well, yeah, you can go onto Fiverr, and hire somebody who does transcripts. Or there are websites, and I think rev.com, rev.com is
I'm gonna check
is
that out.
kind of one of the top ones right now. And they also give you two options. One option is where somebody actually transcribes it, so it's very accurate. And then they also have the AI transcription, which if you just need something quick and dirty, then that's fine. But for something like this, you probably want to go ahead and have it accurately transcribed.
And I see Connie's question: is it only considered SEO when the transcript is open? No, it's like all the time. I mean, it's still there on the page. It's not going anywhere. It's not visible to the eye. until you click that little button. That's all it is. Keeps the page cleaner.
Yeah, because Google's looking at this stuff anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's where that's where the SEO comes in from. So that's a great question, Connie, about that. But it's it doesn't matter whether anybody's really reading it. It just helps with SEO, with Google. So yeah. So okay. And how do you use these posts to generate leads?
Yeah, so like I think on that I'm talking more about blog posts, not like a YouTube post, but like an actual blog post. So that's
Okay.
where and you can find a blog post if you go to the digest email that you have pulled up, the monthly digest. That
Okay.
first article will be a blog post, and it'll say written by Kindsey Haynes. And I don't know if I made a lead magnet for that one or not, but if you can't find it, it's not the end of the
What is
world.
it? What would it be called? Oh, the digest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So our blog post, I post one a month, and yeah, it's thrown into our digest, and it's also thrown on all of our social media websites. And then I create like an ebook or an infographic or a checklist or something, and I create a landing page like what you guys just saw for the I think it was the 9 tips or however many tips. I create a landing page with a form, and so they read through the whole blog post, and then that's where it says, "Well, download the ebook here." They download the ebook. We get their contact information.
Okay, so this is the digest. It's popping up right now. There we go.
Yeah.
So
I send these out once a month.
Let's let's give a little shout out to Tom's new book.
Yes.
The Cyber Pandemic Survival Guide, and it is right now it is number 1 on the new release list. So congratulations to Tom on that. And yeah, there he is with his Finding Genius podcast. Wonder where you got that name.
Yeah,
Any
Tom was
comment?
a guest on a podcast. I don't remember the name of the guy, but it was someone that I reached out to, and they do leadership, I think. Leadership podcasts.
Okay.
But yeah.
So all right. So like if I jump up here, let's see this one. So are these this month's popular articles, or
yeah? So the top one's the blog post that's on our website. The rest of them are articles from other people found on, different websites and on the internet, and I link it back to them. I give them their credit. But it's pretty much just like I want the digest to be one of those things where it's just like, okay, what was the top news this month? There weren't any crazy cyber attacks or anything. So like the last few months, the big headline has been about, Russia and Ukraine and what's happening there.
Right.
And, the U.S. warning, being prepared against cyber attacks. So I switched it up a little bit this time since there weren't any crazy headlines. And then, that podcast that Tom was a guest on, it was a good podcast, and I enjoyed listening to it. And it's just something that, they give the link to us to share out. That's something he's been joining podcast as guest for the last few months, and we're going to start our own podcast next month, and it's going to be called Hacking Business. So that's in the works currently.
Yeah, I got a question about that too. A couple of things here. Like you said, podcasts. Tom is getting on more and more podcasts. All right. Are you going on as guests as well?
No, I'm not. Just Tom. I'm trying to promote him in his book, and it's all cybersecurity related. None of it really has to do with marketing. But we want Tom to, like, with his book coming out right now, the main goal is to get his name out there, the book out there, his brand, his name, and all of that, so we can get him more paid in-person speaking engagements and stuff like that. Now that COVID's kind of,
people
not
will pay
everyone's.
him?
So yeah, he's actually flying to
You get paid
Atlanta
to speak?
next month.
How does that work? Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
it's but podcasts are something easy, you know, that you can just do from home. And I reach out to, like, you know, we've got all of our different verticals, law being, you know, one of our best verticals. So we work with a lot of lawyers and law firms, and typed into Google top 20, top 30 law podcasts, shot them all an email. I just went to each website individually, found the contact information, said, hey, you know, Tom does this. He talks on this. He's great. And yeah, we've gotten lots of replies, and it's good brand exposure. We've gotten some new clients out of it. So yeah.
Hey, that's great. Yeah, and the reason why I bring that up is because you know, anybody can be a podcast host, guest.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a book. You don't have to. You could just be somebody who is, you know, if you can get yourself to be considered an expert
Yeah.
in a field, and basically the way to become an expert in a field is to call yourself an expert in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go on and you start to reach out to some of these podcasts, like, you know, Kindsey's talking about, you know, Kay is doing a ton of podcasts right now, you know, promoting her book. We'll give a shout out to Kay's book too.
Mm-hmm.
Uncopyable secrets of sales secrets, uncopyable sales secrets. And her book is also doing really, really well. It's not on the new releases anymore, because it's been like 2 months, and after 30 days you go off the new release list. But she's doing a, you know, crap load of podcasts, and of course every one of those podcasts, you know, sells books, and also she offers a lead generation, a lead magnet on the podcasts, and which is, a, you know, I'm sure Tom is doing that as well. You know, I certainly hope he's doing that. But I would certainly recommend to other people, consider that. You know, make yourself an expert in something, and then just start to reach out, or even start your own podcast like you guys are doing. You know, I mean, I've got a couple of different podcasts going now, and I may even you know, formally start another one, because, you know, you get I mean, I'm a published author. You know, I used to do a lot of speaking, and speaking, you know, is a tremendous way to generate new clients. But thankfully, my wife shut that down, because she knows how much I love travel, and so I'm not traveling for speaking anymore, but I'm doing a lot of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so anybody can do that, and that creates great visibility for your business.
Yeah,
It
it's stuff
really
that can
does.
be thrown on your website too. You know, you can throw on your website, you can have a whole podcast page. Tom's website, I've got a featured in, or as seen in, like, media page. So it's got, you know, Reader's Digest and all these different places, all these different podcasts, everything he's done, it's on there. Anytime Tom's been mentioned, it's on there. And it's just kind of a little media library of all of his shows, accomplishments.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and in introductions and bios and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and it really adds a lot of credibility to your company.
Yeah, most
You know,
definitely.
to have somebody, you know, to have a subject matter expert. I can't believe I'm doing air quotes, but you know, there we go. Hey, is anybody asking any questions? Let's see.
No, I got Connie's.
We got Connie's. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any questions here. And so, okay, so I want to make sure I've covered everything that you wanted me to. Oh, here, okay. You have in here. Where else can I add lead magnets into my website? Because again, let's talk about the common mistake that companies make. The common mistake companies make is they don't have any lead magnets on their website.
Mm-hmm.
You go to their homepage, and on the homepage and on some other pages they'll be, you know, contact us for a quote.
Yeah.
That's what they'll have. You know, here, click for, to get a quote. Come on, people, get them to raise their hand.
Yeah.
Right? Get them to raise their hand first. Okay. You're asking, you're stepping too far. Kay and I call this next step marketing. I always ask the question, okay, if somebody comes to, if I send an email out to people, for example, if I send a broadcast, what is the next step that has to happen? They have to open the email. That's what they have to do. So the subject line, if they're familiar with me, then odds are they're going to open it. But if not, then the subject line has to get them to open the email. Now, a ton of companies, are using clickbait, in headlines and advertising and in subject lines and stuff. Don't use clickbait. Don't do something that's it's like when I was walking down the aisle of a trade show one time, and as I walked by, this guy leaned up towards me and he whispered, and as I'm walking by, he goes, "Sex." Right? And I stopped and I looked at him. He goes, "Hey, got you to stop." I said, "Yeah, but you didn't get me to stay." And I turned and just kept on walking. Right? And that's because that was clickbait. That's what that was. So, so number one is, yes, you can have lead magnets on your website. Okay. Now, where, like the question, I mean, besides on your homepage where you have the pop-up, where else can people, how else can people use lead magnets in the website?
Yeah. So of course we got them on all of our blog posts, the landing pages and the blog posts. Also on the top of our website, like on the far right side, I think there's a free resources tab. So if you want to download free resources, boom, there you go. That's a pretty good lead magnet that is also just kind of right there in the front where everybody can see it. And then of course we've got the contact us down at the bottom. That stays at the bottom of the page, every page you go to. So that contact,
and there's nothing wrong with having them contact us. I have no problem with making it
Mhm.
easy for people to contact you, but don't make that the only thing that's
right.
that
Yeah.
you're offering them.
Yeah. And then on our homepage, I think it's on our homepage, on the bottom right, I think it says something like find out if you're vulnerable to hackers, or it says something along those lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that back up again and let's see. All right. So first of all,
so yeah, you've got the free resources right there, kind of the top right corner. And you click that. Of course, you just add I think it's only asking for email. You add your full name and then your email. And then, it says right
there it is. Okay. So free resources. And you see that's a big red button, right? The two things that really pop out in your eye are the two big red buttons. There's CR solutions and free resources, right? Let's see, where did I see what I did here. Let me move that down. Did I just get rid of it?
I don't. I'm still seeing the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I want to scroll down, like you were saying, that you can.
Yeah. So right there we have the little blue. Find out if you're vulnerable to a cyber attack, and I think there might be another one down at the bottom.
And that's clickable.
Yeah.
You might, what, as a suggestion, because that might not be completely obvious that's clickable. I mean, if I mouse over it, I can see it becomes clickable, but the copy doesn't make it completely obvious. If I were you, I would change it to say, find out if you're vulnerable to a cyber attack, click here.
Yeah, or click here to see.
Really, really be super, super obvious about it. Here's learn more, about these things. View solutions, and get started. I like that.
Yeah, I think the get started takes you straight to our contact us page.
Yeah, and that would be, and here's a free security and risk assessment. That's good.
Yeah, I just had my website guy change it, and he didn't change the bottom text. I'll have to remember to change that.
Oh, the continuous cybersecurity awareness
Yeah,
one.
we were offering a trial of security training, and then I had him switch it over to a free security and risk assessment.
Okay.
We've got a website guy where I pretty much just tell him what I need and he does it. So
You have an independent guy then, huh?
yeah, he's great.
Cool. Oh, look at Tom. Tom is putting Kay's link up. It's probably an affiliate link, but that's all right. So, okay, I don't see any other questions here. So, what have we left out here today? Because if we're done, we're done. But
Let's see. We talked about the blog post. We talked about blog post legion. We talked about SEO, and we talked about where else we can add lead magnets. Yeah, pretty much what it comes down to, like, is your lead magnets. If you're making a separate page, just keep that in mind. Like, even the free resources link, that's something that can be posted on your social media, sent out in an email to someone. It could be made into like a short link. So we have, for example, if you go to mssp.irontechsecurity.com, I think that's what it is. It takes you straight to an ebook landing page. And so that's something we put on our webinars. And it says mssp.irontechsecurity.com. Go to that link and it takes you straight there. So it's super easy to type in, super easy to remember. It's one of those things that, when Tom's presenting, they can easily just go type into their URL and download an ebook.
mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Lots you
great.
can do with your website. And
Yeah.
I mean, just keeping it updated, keeping it, secure. Make sure you have all those security recommendations turned on. Go to your settings. If you, always turn on MFA or 2FA, multi-factor authentication, if possible, just because that adds an extra layer of security to your account. If hackers get your password and you have that MFA or 2FA turned on, could prevent an attack. So
Yeah, and most companies learn that the hard way.
yes, they do.
And I like
Sadly.
the fact that Tom calls your web guy your web monkey.
Web monkey.
Web monkey. So, so cool. That's great. And of course, when she's talking about all this cybersecurity stuff, that our sponsor, IronTech, hey,
Yeah.
do I have your email in here? I want to see if I have. Yes, I do.
Cool. Awesome. Yep. Shoot me an email if you have any cybersecurity questions or need some protection. We'll get
That's
you
right. That's right. Shoot her an email, and she'll be happy to respond. Also, if you have topics that you want Kindsey and I to talk about in the future, fire those off. You can send them to either her or me, see, does this? Let me see if this puts both of us up here, or if this just erases. I guess that erases you. I don't want to do that. I'll let them send it to you. So contact you. So anyway, so let's see. I see there's supposedly a new comment.
Link that effectively.
I'm trying to switch back over to where I can see the comments. And it's being way too slow here. What is going on? Come on. I got to find. There's another program that I'm going to be trying pretty soon. So okay. Art has a question about the length of effective lead magnets that get read and get shared. I have a very strong opinion about this, but I want to hear Kindsey's first because there are many roads to the top of the mountain. So go ahead.
On the lead magnets that I make, like an ebook, I try not to make it any more than like 3 or 4 pages, and even then, like ads pushing it. I like checklists or like tip sheets because that's just 1 page. It's super simple, to the point. There's not a lot to it. And then infographics too, because it's just 1 page again. It's a little bit more info, but I'd say tips and checklists are my go-to.
Yeah. And I think infographics are very much, I could be way, way off about this for sure, but I think infographics tend to be liked more by younger,
Yeah.
People. I'm not a fan of infographics, but that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that I'm not a fan. I would still design some if younger people were my moose, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I would be doing that. My comment about the length of blog posts, of books, ebooks, you want to give something away. My comment is, if it's boring, it's too long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it's boring, one page is too long. Jerry Seinfeld once, I just love this quote. Jerry Seinfeld once said that when a comedian gets up there, if that comedian is terrible, the audience wants you off the stage in a couple of minutes. All right. If the comedian is great, they want you up there for 3 hours. So the word is boredom. The word is boredom. It's, length is irrelevant as long as people, it's like, and it's like, Kay will tell you, we watched an amazing movie the other night called RRR, the letters RRR, which is an Indian movie. So subtitled, right? It is 3 hours and 5 minutes long. And when we started watching it, we said, well, first of all, there's no way we're going to sit here and watch 3 hours and 5 minutes. We'll watch maybe half of it tonight, and then we'll come back. And if we like it, we'll come back and watch the rest of it. Okay? No, we watched the entire thing for 3 hours and 5 minutes because it was riveting from start to finish. It was just fantastic movie, and we highly recommend that movie. So anyway, so there's a couple of different opinions about that. There certainly are strong reasons why you might want to make something short. The other thing is I don't care. The main thing for me is that they've given me their name and address. That's the main thing. Okay. And so, I don't care. I'll send people my book for free. I don't care. If they fit the profile of the target market, then that's worth every penny that I'm sending out. So, okay. Well, with that, Kindsey Haynes, Tom wants you to get back to work, even though a link of love. Man, Tom, we've known each other too long, man. So, okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us again to the Gen Zer and a boomer walk into a bar and talk marketing. This is always a lot of fun. Kindsey has great information every time. And, so thank you to her. And thanks to Tom for letting her be on with us. And thank you all for being here. Kindsey, last minute thing, last chance.
Yeah. Call us. You need cybersecurity. So make it happen.
Good. Ask for the order. All right, gang. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.